Hello everyone, this is Void Spirit. I'm here to bring you guys amazing fanfiction that you will surely enjoy. But before we start, please subscribe and like the video for more amazing content.
Chapter 3. Transfer Student 1. The moon shine on the land below the night sky. The breeze of the cold wind can be felt by everyone that are outside of their home. In an average house in the city of Midhaze located in Dilhead, a single girl can be seen laying in her bed and seems to be in deep thought. Hey, Seal, do I know that guy from earlier? She asks, and a voice in her head answered her. That's a negative, master. I've checked your memories and that guy is not in your memories of your past self, Seal replied. Weird, I feel that somehow I know that guy, is what Rimuru thought. Anyways, is my enrollment to that demon school done? She asks. It's already done, master, and your school uniform is in your imaginary space. After the day after tomorrow you can start attending school, Seal said. Thanks, Seal, I'm looking forward to that school, she replied with excitement on her face. Rimuru closes her eyes and drifts to sleep. In the morning, Rimuru goes around Midhaze to buy food and other stuff that she will need in her on her way to shopping. She bumps into a guy wearing a white uniform with cross insignia on his shoulder. I'm sorry, I'm too distracted from looking around, I didn't notice you, Rimuru apologized while bowing. No, it's alright, I'm the one who should apologize, the man replied. Rimuru then looked at the man and she noticed that it was the same person that stopped her yesterday. You're the guy from yesterday, Rimuru said. Indeed I am, and I apologize for what I did yesterday. My name is Anos Voldagode. Anos introduced himself. My name is Rimuru Tempest. Nice to meet you, Anos-san. Rimuru replied with a smile capable of captivating even the gods. Anos was left frozen for a few seconds until Rimuru's voice brings him back to reality. Hey, are you alright? I'm alright. Have we met 2,000 years ago? Anos asks. 2,000 years ago, what do you mean by that? Well, if you are asking if we meet before then, the answer is no, I've only met you yesterday, Rimuru replied. I see, forgive me for asking a weird question, it's alright. Thanks for understanding, but may I ask what you are doing? Anos asks with a curious face. I was just buying clothes and other things, how about you? Rimuru replied. I was heading to the academy, but it's still early, so mind if I join you in looking around, asks Anos. Sure, and the two spend the morning looking around while Anos help Rimuru on recommending the best shop in the city. After the Anos separate ways to Rimuru to head towards the academy. In the classroom, Anos was with Sasha and Misha. Did something happen, Anos? Sasha asks. Why do you ask? Well, you've been smiling ever since you came here, so I think something happened, right? Sasha said, getting the attention of Misha, who was also curious about Anos' behavior. It's nothing, I just meet someone, Anos replied. After a few more minutes their teachers entered and announced that 2 new students will transfer to them tomorrow, as well as the physical test that will be supervised by 2 of the 7 Sea Emperors. This caught the attention of Anos, but his mind is still thinking of the girl he met earlier. He hopes that Rimuru was the reincarnation of Remy herself, since there are too many similarities that the two had. But Anos had no way to confirm it, since when Anos tried to see Rimuru's memory he only saw a glimpse of it, but he was immediately blocked by an unknown being. Back to Rimuru, who was now back at her house that she bought using the money that Seal created for her. She was still thinking of Anos, who she felt familiar. Who are you, Anos? Why do I feel that I know you, is what Rimuru thought. In the place called the Heavenly Realm, called the Azure Sky of the Gods, a place where the majority of the gods live, a group of gods are gathered. Are you sure that the first hero had reincarnated? Asks by one of the gods. Yes, I'm sure of it, I felt it, the curse that I put on the first hero's souls had begun to send signal to me. So that means we can move forward to our plans that got hold due to those humans, another god said. Yes, we can. Once we have the first hero we can have her bear the new child of the gods, since our first attempt on her was a failure due to the humans killing her, and when we tried to send some to the Great Spirit Reno, the one that we send is killed by the Demon King. You are right, but now that the first hero had reincarnated we should take her to bear the child of the gods no matter what. Do you all understand? Of the gods said. We understand, everyone said as they begin to prepare to capture the first hero. Unknown to the gods, a being with red eyes are looking at them. And that being is one of the most terrifying individuals in the vast multiverse. A being that is capable of seeing through everything that exists, and a being that should not be messed up. You lowly gods dared to try something against my master, I will show you all what he'll feels like. the figure said as the two blood-red eyes disappeared to nothingness. Chapter 4. Transfer Student 2. The day for Rimuru to enter the Demon King's Academy arrived. She was so excited that she stayed up all night looking at her school uniform, which is color black and with red linings. She also looked at the cross badge that was on her uniform. If you are asking how did Rimuru get a black uniform since she herself is not even related to the demons in this world, well, to answer that it's all because of Seal. Rimuru was fine even if she received a white uniform, but Seal herself insisted to let her manipulate the school official and documents for Rimuru to obtain a novel status. Currently, Rimuru was heading toward the school ground when she accidentally bumped on someone. "Ah, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there." Rimuru apologizes to the person and she looks at the boy that was in front of her. The boy is also wearing the same uniform that she had, the only difference is the badge that was on their shoulders. "No, I'm the one who should apologize, I didn't pay attention to my surroundings," the boy replied. "Well, I'm Rimuru Tempest, nice to meet you." Rimuru introduces herself to the boy. "I'm Lei Gransley, I'm a transfer student here," Lei said. "You're also a transfer student?" Rimuru said in surprise. "Wait, you're also a transfer student?" Lei said, and Rimuru just nodded to his words. "We will be late if we keep talking here, let's head inside," Rimuru said, and the two went inside the school. On their way inside, Lei was looking at the girl beside him and he somehow felt that this girl next to him was somewhat related to the holy sword Evansmana that he himself once wielded. After they arrived at the school ground, one of the teachers informed them of their class, and surprisingly they both are in the same class, and the teacher also said that their class was currently at the training grounds doing a physical exam, so the teacher advised the two to head straight there. After that, the two head toward where their class was supposed to be and they looked at everyone who was trying to pull out a sword from the ground. "Looks like the class had already started," Rimuru said. "Well, let's join them," Lei said, and the two walk forwards and look at the sword that was stuck on the ground. As they are looking at the sword, everyone let out a surprise groan since one of the students had pulled off a sword without laying a finger on the sword itself. "Why are they so surprised about him pulling a sword?" Rimuru asks. "Well, it's because these swords are called demon sword. These swords had their own will and can only be drawn out by a suitable owner," Lei explained to Rimuru as he walks forward to one of the sword. He pulls it out. "See this sword, accept me as its owner," Lei said. And everyone looked at him, including the other students. "Hey, who are those two? Have we seen them before? Wow, the girl is so beautiful, who is she?" The students who saw them was giving comment one after the other. "I think it's a bad idea that I've pulled it," Lei said. "Well, let me try," Rimuru said as she stepped in front of the sword, but before she can touch it the sword glows red, and everyone was surprised not because the sword glows red but because all of the swords that were on the training grounds also glows. What is happening? One of the students panicked, but before commotion happened, one by one all of the swords floated and fly towards Rimuru. Rimuru was only left confused about what is happening as the swords continues to float in circles next to her. What just happened?" Rimuru asks. "Well, I also don't know," Lei said, and one of the students stepped in front of them. "It's great to see you again, Rimuru. Anos-kun, it's also nice to see you again," Rimuru said with a smile that makes the male student blush. While Anos, Rimuru, and Lei are having their conversation, two of the 7 Sea Emperor arrived boosting about them, training the three of them, but the two emperors was defeated by Anos and Lei without any trouble. After the class session ended, everyone head towards their classroom where Rimuru and Lei will be introduced as their new classmates. Meanwhile, while Anos was sure of it that Rimuru was Remy's reincarnation, but he was also confused as to why she didn't remember him. And Anos wanted to see if he would be able to return Remy's memory if he tries to use magic on her, but the problem is he was not sure if it will work. And even if it works, will she still accept him because of what he did 2,000 years ago? Those thoughts are running through Anos's mind, but even so, he wanted to see if Remy's memories will return naturally. But if it didn't, he would take the risk of using magic to return her memories.